Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show, guys. It's going to be a good one. Welcome to my kitchen. Let's start with a thumbs up, or you know what? A double thumbs up if you're feeling generous. And let me know that you can hear me and you can see me because we're going to get started in approximately 7 minutes. But you are here early. You are winning today. I am also here, so I am also winning today. So let me know. I can see so many people have already logged in. We have over 20,000 people who signed up for today's show. I know some people will have to watch the recording. They have appointments. They have to work right now during the day. But I'm so thrilled if you can be here live. If you are on your computer and you can see the chat, that is ideal because the chat is the place to be. It is like a full party during class. It's so fun. I encourage you to talk to each other, and I will absolutely be interacting with you when I can because you guys, we're live. What?
Heather found the pepper.
Heather found the pepper. Heather wins. Okay. I have a little nest going on here. I have so many ingredients to make these meals. They are kind of surrounding me where I'm standing. So I technically cannot, let's see. All right, here we go, I got it. This is the pepper. If you don't know what we're talking about, it might be because this is your first live class. And this is something super fun that we always do. Hi, Luann. Hey, Gigglebugs. Hi, Carol, Kelly, Brenda, Roberta, Christy, Debbie, Pam, Amy, Renee, Mary, Carlene, Patricia, Sylvia, Melanie. How are you guys? Thanks so much for coming. We do this before every live class, and whoever finds it first gets a free pack of our freezer bags and stands. So shoot me an email at kelly@thefamilyfreezer.com. and I will make sure those are sent out to you. Heather, great job. Good job finding this. It's so fun, isn't it? Every live class. I hope if this is your live class, you know, why don't you tell me in the chat, is this your first class and you're brand new to freezer meals? Let me know, have you ever made freezer meals before? Is this your first time meeting me? Or maybe you're a super fan. I saw someone in the comments who said, let's go back. All right, Ginny says, been a member for 5 years now and I still love these little sessions. Best meal prep info out there. Thank you so much. So I know we have a lot of members from our Freezer Meal Pro site who are here today. These classes are fun. I'm not joking when I said it's a party. It's going to be so great. If this is your first class, you're going to want to come back for more. So let me know if you are new or if you have attended before. Hi, Janine. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Audrey. How are you guys? Happy Wednesday. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Pittsburgh. Hi, Pam. Hi, Gina. Hi, Sandy. Shireen, Linda, Mary, Janine, Susie, Jennifer, Lydia, Karen, Rhonda, Patricia, Heather, Rebecca, Jolene, Rebecca, Lynn, Rhonda, Helga. Did I mention I drank some caffeine before today's class? I'm one of those people that doesn't drink a lot of caffeine, and so when I do, magic happens. And you know what? We need that for today. I'm going to be making 36 plus meals right in front of your eyes. I'm going to do my best job to be a magician. I'm going to make them really, really quick. You're not going to believe it. You're going to be so excited. You're going to think, yes, I am making these myself. You're going to love it. All right, Michelle, second class and wanting to get better at this, makes delicious meals that are easy to make on a busy day. Absolutely. Glenda, second class. Amazing. Trisha, first class. You're going to love this. New to freezer prep. Hold on. Oh my gosh, you guys are commenting so fast. New to freezer prep, but not new to bulk cooking and freezer meals. Trisha, your mind is going to be blown. This is so different from average freezer meals, casseroles. I was in your shoes 14 years ago when I started this. These are a game changer. Ashley, my third freezer meal live. Haven't used the recipes yet, but you're gonna start. I totally understand. You're not alone. So many people love watching the classes, love getting the recipes, and they just need that extra push. And you know what? You're gonna feel so motivated after today's class. I would encourage you to even pick one recipe. You do not need to make all 36. You can. Even pick one recipe and get started. You can shop at your local grocery store, get the ingredients and try it. Maybe make 2 bags, one for dinner and one to eat over the next 3 months. And when you see how easy it is, then you're just gonna wanna keep going. You're gonna get hooked. You're gonna make 2 meals next time, 10 meals next time. and you're gonna wanna come here to my house and make 36 meals together. We could split these and still have full freezers. Luckily, I have a freezer meal business. I have an empty freezer in my garage. I've been working on cleaning it out, and that's where all these are headed after today's class. I wish you guys lived nearby. I would drop some off at your house if you were in my neighborhood. Hi, Sally. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Alicia, T, Judge Not 1000, Marcy, Maria, Terry. What's up, guys? Hi, Chris. How are you? Thanks for coming today. Hi, Carol. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Martha. I'm so happy to see you. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. If you are joining me now, thank you for coming. We had over 20,000 people sign up for today's class. Woo! Cue the confetti. Yeah. My kids asked me if they could stay home and they could be the live studio audience. They would be like, yay! And then they'd be like, Mom, you're so funny. But I said no. So all 5 of my kids are in school. I am here with my husband, Andy. It's quiet here. Hopefully you will be able to hear me. All right, what else is going on? Corey, I did freezer meals 35 years ago, ready to try again. This is a new age of freezer meals. This is a totally different freezer meal system. It's gonna blow your mind. You're not gonna believe it. And it is the magic that allows me to make 36 plus healthy freezer meals in this class. I'm gonna do them as fast as I can. I'm thinking less than an hour and a half for sure. So don't you worry, I got this. If it's your first class, get excited. Maybe grab a drink or a snack, but you gotta do it fast because I'm ready to get started. You guys get to relax now. I'm gonna do all the work. Then I'm gonna send you the recipes, and then it's your turn to have some fun. This is a great group of meals to make with someone else too. Since you end up with 36 meals, it'd be so fun to get together with a friend, a sister, a daughter-in-law, make the meals, split them up. I'm gonna make 3 of each recipe. You could each take one and gift one to someone else who maybe just had a baby or is having surgery. So how this is gonna work is I'm on my iPad now chatting with you. Hello, Anne, Susanna, Debbie, Elise, Linda, Ginger, Patty, Teresa, Marianne, hello. I'm gonna put this away when I actually start prepping. I need every little bit of space and concentration. I'm gonna share my best tips with you. Helen from the Family Freezer team is in chat, so she can help you while I'm teaching. But if you have questions, feel free to save them too, because after I make the meals, we'll go into Q&A. I'm gonna answer all of your questions. I'm going to make all of your dreams come true. Anything you wanna ask me, even life advice, I am here for you. I'll tell you, I always put that out there. Nobody ever wants my life advice. But they want my freezer meal advice, and I have a lot because I've been doing this for a gosh darn very, very, very long time. So I will answer all of your questions. You are gonna be confident to make these meals, and you're gonna be excited. So that's what matters most, having fun, getting pumped. It's gonna be good. Okay, are we ready to get started? Let's get started. Hey, thanks so much for joining me. I am Kelly from the Family Freezer, and I'm so excited to show you how to make more than 36 healthy freezer meals using bulk ingredients from Costco. Quick show of hands. Who wants to save money on groceries this month? Who wants to feed their family healthy meals but doesn't have time to cook from scratch every single night? And who loves the idea of using fresh and healthy ingredients from Costco to make it all happen? Perfect, you are in the right place. I have the answer for you. It is going to work better than anything you have ever tried before because it is such a simple system. Sound good? Here is your freebie. I'll be sending it out right after class. It has all of the recipes I am making today, a full shopping list organized by aisle at Costco, even labels you can print and attach to your freezer bags. Now, I hope you can stay until the very end of class because you are going to fall in love with my easy freezer meal system. And I'm going to share a special coupon code with you so you can join my Freezer Meal Pro lifetime membership. Let's go ahead and jump in to recipe number 1, which is our chicken tortilla soup. And how this is going to work is I am going to take each recipe and make 3 freezer bags of each meal. So you're gonna see me do that. The first ingredient is some corn. Now, I did all of my shopping at Costco for today's class. I got so many good ingredients, and I really picked healthy, delicious ingredients your family is going to love, including some corn. So I am putting 1 cup of fresh corn kernels into each freezer bag of our first meal. I cut these off of the cob ahead of time to save time during today's class. But since it's 1 cup, you can also use frozen corn if you don't want to do the fresh. I just did that because it was at Costco. It was a great deal. It looked so good. So I went ahead and used that in today's recipe. I'm also going to add some fresh lime juice. I'm going to show you, I will juice a lime for you, but I went ahead and juiced a lot of the other ones ahead of time just to save time during today's class. I want to respect your time. I want to move as quickly as possible. So I'm adding 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lime juice to each bag. You don't need to memorize those measurements because you're getting your freebie right after class. Let's go ahead and add our canned black beans. Now my husband Andy is here. We worked together and he was so nice to take all of our canned beans during today's class. He already rinsed them, drained them, put them back in the can. He went above and beyond for you guys, but we wanted to have those ready. So I'm using black beans. You're gonna see I bought 2 8-packs of black beans at Costco. We're using every single one. I also bought an 8-pack of kidney beans. We're using all of those. All of our bulk Costco ingredients are going to disappear during today's class. And I wanna point out what makes these meals different. They're totally different than anything you've ever tried before because they are all frozen raw. You're just gonna see me quickly combine the meat, the sauces, the spices, the seasonings in these freezer bags. They can be frozen up to 3 months. That's why we're making 3 freezer bags, 1 each month. And then they're cooked later in your crock pot, in your Instant Pot. I'll do a quick cooking demo at the end. It's so simple. They taste exactly like freshly prepared meals. They are amazing. And what I'm gonna do is wait to add the meat at the end. I'm gonna keep it in my refrigerator just to keep it cold during today's prep session, and I will add it at the end. But let's double check our recipe. It looks like all we need to add is some salsa. I'm using the organic salsa that I bought from Costco. We're gonna add 2 cups to each bag. Also, I didn't mention that you need to add salt to each bag. I actually had pre-measured the salt and I had it in those cans of black beans. So I already dumped it into the freezer bags. So we're just gonna add 2 cups of salsa. I really made sure in your recipes to be clear about how much I'm adding so that if you didn't shop at Costco, if you wanted to shop at your local grocery store, if you got a good deal somewhere else, you could absolutely do that. All right, we need 1 more cup of salsa for our 3rd bag. This makes a delicious chicken tortilla soup. The day of cooking, you add the chicken broth. I already bought my chicken broth from Costco. You better believe it. And the reason I wait to add it the day of cooking is then the meal will fit in the crock pot or in the Instant Pot. It won't burn. So it says right on your recipe, right on your label to add it the day of cooking. And the tortilla part of this soup is crushed tortilla chips. So, so, so yummy. I think that is all of our ingredients. So we're already ready for recipe number 2. I am going to interrupt myself for 1 minute to tell you about our Freezer Meal Pro membership. If you're ready to change your life with my style of freezer meals that can be frozen raw, a membership to Freezer Meal Pro will be your best friend. I see Freezer Meal Pro as the most expansive collection of easy and healthy freezer recipes online, and the tools you need to actually make them work in your life. With Freezer Meal Pro, you can filter all of my healthy freezer recipes based on protein, keyword, cooking method, and more. You can even combine filters to drill down on the exact type of meals that you want to make. These are delicious meals that you are going to love sharing with your family and friends. One of my favorite features of Freezer Meal Pro is that you can auto-generate shopping lists that you can print or save to access later on your phone. I honestly think everyone can benefit from freezer meals, whether you're making them every week, every month, or even every few months. We have tens of thousands of members worldwide, and if you want to join us, just go to thefamilyfreezer.com/pro and enter this coupon code to save 20% off It's a one-time fee, no strings attached. All right, let's make our crock pot or Instant Pot salsa chicken. We need that frozen corn again, and I am just gonna show you how I cut it off of the ear. Like I said, I had bought this from Costco. I actually bought 2 8-packs, so I had 16 ears of corn. And before today's class, I just went ahead and cut it off exactly like I am showing you right now and have it ready to go for today's class. But like I said, if you want to use frozen corn, that absolutely will work the same. So it's totally up to you. And I'm going to do this in an attempt not to make a mess. If you're brand new to today's class, hi, it's so nice to meet you. Like I said, my name is Kelly. Believe it or not, this all started 14 years ago. That's how long I've been doing this. Started 14 years ago when I had 2 kids. I had a baby and I had a 2-year-old. And I just remember at the time being so busy. And between working, taking care of my girls, keeping my house somewhat clean, doing laundry, and cooking dinner, it felt like there was no time for the things that I really wanted to be doing. And I'm really good at organizing. So I thought, what if I applied organizing to my meal planning? What if I didn't have to cook dinner every night? And I had that extra time back in my life. I'm gonna go ahead and add a can of black beans to each bag. And I just had this whole fantasy. If I had an extra hour, I would take my girls outside. I would start going on a run or walk around the neighborhood. I would call my mom. I would sit down with my husband and talk about his day. And it just seemed like the whole world would open up to me if I had this extra time in my day. And I had been making these easy crock pot recipes. We're gonna go ahead and add some lime juice. And you know, it just occurred to me, if I'm making them in my crock pot raw, could I just combine the ingredients in freezer bags, freeze them, and then cook them later? And it was a light bulb moment. So that weekend, I picked 5 of my favorite recipes. I went grocery shopping, I made those meals. I think it only took me 45 minutes, and it literally changed my life because I cooked them the next week, and it really did work out as I had imagined. It just saved so much time. Let's add some seasonings to these bags, including garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, and salt. Now, I have to tell you, these meals are still working for me today. 14 years later. I now have 5 kids. Yes, 5, guys. And this is now a full-time business, and I feel like I'm busier than ever. This is something that just works. It works over time. You can come back to it again and again, any stage and phase in your life. And I'm sure some people who are here today are retired, and they're gonna tell you they're busier than ever. And that means this is your answer. This is where you're gonna find that extra time in your day and still eat healthy. It's really something you can stick to. I wanna go ahead and add some salsa. We're gonna use up all of those bulk ingredients from Costco. And just to recap everything I put in these bags, I used some of that corn, I did the black beans, I did our seasonings, the lime juice, the salsa. All right, perfect. And not only do I want to share my stories with you, but I want to feature other people's stories who have found that freezer meals have helped them. Does that sound good? So Casey messaged me and said, I just made my first freezer meals ever. It was so fun, and the recipes you provide are perfect. Yes. Soraya, I took one of your classes and became a member of your Freezer Meal Pro site, and it has literally changed my life. I just finished my 2nd month of freezer stocking, and am so relieved to have meals ready for after my baby comes. For the first time ever, my family is eating a balanced meal that actually tastes good every single night. Yes, amazing. This is so good. So encouraging, and I hope that makes you feel like these meals are gonna work for you too. Let's go ahead, we're gonna move on to recipe number 3. It is a chicken curry. This might be my absolute favorite meal that we're making today. It is so good. I'm gonna make it with chicken because that is my kids' favorite way to make it, but you can also do cauliflower. So I have that included in your recipe. That would make this a vegan version of the recipe. I always give you as many options as I can in these recipes to make them fit perfect for you and your lifestyle. So this one includes so many fresh veggies from Costco, including bell peppers. I don't know if you can see these. I hope you can because they are beautiful. I bought 3 packs of 6, 18 bell peppers from Costco to make these meals. Every single one is going to be used. And when I diced these, so the packs were orange, yellow, and red peppers, all sweet, delicious peppers. And it doesn't matter. You can use any color in any recipe. These recipes are so versatile. Even if you're not confident with cooking, it's gonna work out. They're gonna be delicious. You're going to love them. And so we are adding our peppers. Our next veggie is going to be some green beans. I bought a 2-pound bag of organic green beans from Costco. And we're gonna use 1 of the pounds in this recipe, and we'll use the other pound in another recipe that's coming up later. I'm just eyeballing this, just like I did with the peppers. I'm just eyeballing how much to put in each bag. I washed my hands right before class, so you know what? Feel free to get messy, just dig right in. Whatever helps to get these meals made. And I wanna tell you that now, thousands of meals later and tons of hard work, not only are these meals working for me and my family, but they are working for the thousands of people who are making them at home. We now have over 300,000 people who get our free email newsletter. We have over 200,000 people who have joined our lifetime Freezer Meal Pro membership site. I'm sure a lot of people are here today. Thank you. We have millions of dollars in cookbook sales. I was featured on the Rachel Ray Show. I've been in Costco Connection, todayshow.com. I'm so grateful for you for being here today to watch me make these meals. I hope they inspire you. I hope they change your life, just like they have for so many other people. It's just such an easy way to save time, save money, eat healthy. You just saw me put my seasonings into the bag because I want these to be full of flavor and be delicious for you. I added curry powder, onion powder, garlic powder, ground ginger, salt, crushed red pepper flakes, and a pinch of light brown sugar. This is such a good meal. The last time I made this, I made extra and I gave some to my parents and they both texted me after and were like, that is so good. It's like your best curry you've ever made. So now we're gonna put in some baby spinach, and how it's written on the recipe is 2 to 3 handfuls, which seems just about right. So I'm gonna do 2 handfuls here. And then we're going to add our sweet potatoes, which I diced ahead of time. They're gonna be perfect in this recipe. Everything cooks down. You're not even gonna realize how healthy it is because it tastes so good. This recipe can be cooked in the crock pot or the Instant Pot. I've given you both instructions on the printable recipe and on the freezer meal label. Let's add our sweet potatoes. And we're gonna add all of them. So the recipe calls for 2 sweet potatoes per freezer meal. And the bag I bought at Costco had 6 sweet potatoes. So do the math. We're using all 6 of them. It worked out perfectly. Guys, I must be really good at math because you will not believe how we are using all the ingredients in these meals. I didn't want you to have a lot of leftover things in your refrigerator, in your kitchen drawers, in your pantry, in your freezer. I want them all in these meals. And I do have some comments, some other stories. So Marty sent me a message. Thanks for your program and your recipes and everything you do. I have to tell you that my family loves every one of your recipes. That never happens. Yours is the first recipe collection where we've liked everything I've cooked so far. You are now my go-to source for recipes. Thank you for that too. And then Flavia said, I'm loving my freezer meals. I started because I wanted to save money by not going out to dinner so much. Now I do it because it's fast, fun, easy, and tasteful. Amazing. Great job, Flavia. Keep up the good work. It looks like we have already added everything to these freezer bags. What you add the day of cooking is a can of unsweetened coconut milk. I also bought those at Costco, but that goes in the day of cooking. So let's go ahead. We are going to move on, as long as I can find room. Let's do, okay. Our next recipe is our black bean and quinoa lettuce wraps. These are another vegan recipe. When I was planning this class, I asked everyone on Instagram what they wanted me to make from Costco, and overwhelmingly people said healthy meals from Costco. They wanted to feature those organic veggies, the healthier canned goods. I bought all organic meat, and they wanted to feature those. They asked for vegetarian meals. So I'm either giving you vegetarian or vegan recipes, or I'm telling you how you can alter them, like the chicken curry that you can make with cauliflower if you want to. So in our quinoa, black bean and quinoa lettuce wraps, this is super family friendly. It does call for 3/4 cup of uncooked quinoa. Yes, check out the bag. We are just putting this uncooked quinoa right into the bag. And I'm gonna tell you a very pleasant surprise. When I read the back from Costco today, it said that the Kirkland Signature Organic Quinoa is pre-washed. There is no need to rinse. Woo! Thank you, Costco. This is amazing. In your recipe, I had to rinse it because normally it is best to rinse quinoa before cooking it, but we don't have to because this is pre-cooked. So we are good. We are just adding it to our freezer bags. It'll be cooking later in our Instant Pot or your stovetop. This is a really easy one to make when you don't know what's for dinner. It's 5 p.m. You can make this recipe in 15 minutes on your stovetop. It's perfect to have on hand. A quick lunch on the weekends. We're adding more of those canned black beans, and then I want to add some seasonings, including garlic powder, cumin, salt, paprika, oregano. I have a question for you. Do you love saving money? I do, right? These meals are so budget friendly. I spend $468 at Costco, which works out to only $13 per meal, $2.29 per serving. And I bought all organic meat. The meat was $6 a pound. So if you found a better deal, you would save even more. But $13 per meal. I'm almost embarrassed to admit this. My family, we ordered pizza over the weekend and we spent $95. Just to give you a reference point, we spent $95. Granted, that was for 7 people. And we bought pizza and chicken fingers and fries and a salad and had a tip. But $95 versus $13. And I'm not saying don't order the pizza or don't go out to dinner. I'm just saying if you have that balanced, if you're eating these 6 nights a week and then you get the pizza on the 7th night, then it's okay. But it all works out. This is such an easy way to save money. So if you raised your hand at the beginning of class and you wanted to save money on groceries this month, here is your answer. These super easy, budget-friendly meals from Costco. You're gonna save so much money and you're gonna be eating great. So let's move on to recipe number 5. Oh wait, I have a couple stories to tell you. Let me read you those before we move on. I don't wanna forget anybody. All right, Jamie made these. The black bean and quinoa lettuce wraps are very good. Even my picky 10-year-old likes them. We topped ours with cheese. Caitlin said, I just want to thank you for all the amazing recipes. I have saved so much time and money since I started my freezer meal journey. And Angela said, these meals are amazing. My family now asks for them. Not only are they pleasing to the palate, they are completely budget friendly. We've saved a bundle of money and time. I can't wait to make more. And I have to tell you, the average American family spends $3,000 a year eating out. I'm sure my family spends more than that, but this really is an easy way to save money making these meals. Recipe number 5, creamy chicken and broccoli tortellini. Yes, oh my gosh. My daughters, my 2 teenagers, this is their favorite recipe. So they are gonna be thrilled that this is in our freezer. Here's what I bought at Costco. These frozen broccoli florets. I was thrilled to see that they're in 1-pound bags. I'm gonna use my kitchen shears. And fun fact, fresh broccoli does not freeze well without being quickly what's the word I'm looking for? It oxidizes in the freezer if you don't pre-cook it. That's why you will never see me use fresh broccoli uncooked in my recipes. If we use fresh uncooked broccoli, we always wait to add it the day of cooking, or we use this shortcut of frozen broccoli florets. And these work perfectly in this tortellini recipe. It cooks down, it almost gets like a creamy broccoli soup consistency in the sauce. Oh my gosh, it's so yummy. I can't wait to make this one again. It's so good. We're gonna need some olive oil. Here we go. Now, you might be thinking crock-pot meals are all bland. They're all mushy. They all taste the same. Don't worry. We are friends now. You can say that to me. It's everything that I have heard before. I understand. One of my daughters said she has a friend in her class at school who told her when he comes home from school and there's dinner cooking in the crock pot, he goes up to his bedroom and cries because he's so distraught over having to eat something from the crock pot. And I told her, honey, you need to take some meals, take some recipes to school for your friend, because these are not those recipes. They're delicious. They're full of flavor. You're seeing me add so many seasonings to them. They taste so good. I make those 5 kids of mine taste test these for you and my husband to make sure they give them 2 thumbs up. Now we want to put some seasonings, including oregano, kosher salt, garlic powder. Yum. And I made sure to really include a variety of tastes and seasonings and cuisines in these meals. So you could eat these every night of the week. You don't have to, but you absolutely can. We have Mexican influences, Asian, American, Italian, so many more. I have so many on my membership site. I will show you later how it works, but so many options and a variety of textures, a variety of cooking methods. I have suggested side dishes with every recipe. You're gonna be shocked how easily this will work for you. Now I'm gonna add the chicken at the end with everything else, but that's it, because we're gonna add the tortellini the day of cooking and a little bit of heavy cream as well. All right, Donna said, I have been making your freezer meals for almost 3 months now, and you do have a gift. They are easy and delicious. I was a little skeptical about how they would taste after freezing, but everything has been super tasty and well seasoned and freezes just fine. I'm so happy to have found you've truly given me time back daily to do other things. Amazing, Donna. You get it, you're doing good. Thank you for letting us know. Let's move on to our Italian chicken and quinoa soup. I wanna share some more tips with you because you know by now that I have 5 kids, but you might be wondering, what if you're only making these meals for 2 people? Will they work for empty nesters? And the answer is absolutely yes. There was a time when my grandparents were living at home, and so what I did is I took 10 recipes and I just split them into 2 freezer bags each. So that was a total of 10 meals. The cooking time is the same. And that way you have fewer servings when you go to cook them. It's so simple. This is a very popular thing for empty nesters to make, so don't let that hold you back. These are absolutely going to work for you. Let's go ahead and add some diced tomatoes. Now the recipe calls for a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. I bought these 14.5-ounce cans from Costco Organic. They were a great deal. So what I will do is add 2 cans to each freezer bag. Don't you worry, all of those details are in your freebie so that you will know exactly how I made these and you can decide how you want to make them. We're also going to be adding some canned kidney beans. Thanks to my wonderful husband, Andy. They have already been drained and rinsed. They are ready to go. I will tell you, I have taught more than 30 of these cooking classes, and everything has happened to me over the course of making them, including having my can opener break. So I learned my lesson, and now all cans are opened ahead of time. So that was already done for us. Amazing. Let's go ahead and put the rest of our beans in. And then I'm gonna add the seasonings, which are just Italian seasoning and salt. And I wanna add more baby spinach. So this one calls for more, up to 5 ounces. So if you buy those bags at your grocery store, you can put a whole 5-ounce bag in this soup. It really cooks down. You'll have no idea how much you used, but it's really healthy and good for you. So I'm gonna just use up the rest of this container in these soup bags. Perfect. Look at all this. We just used 16 ounces of organic baby spinach in these meals. Oh my gosh. You're welcome to my family for making this for you. Wow. Let's see if we need any other, oh, quinoa. Oh yes, we are using more of this amazing quinoa. This was a very popular ingredient from Costco that people told me they wanted me to feature in my recipes. And you know what? You asked, I answered, I got your back. We are making it. It's delicious, full of protein. It's so good for you. It's gluten-free. So we'll add that. We'll add our chicken later. And we'll also add our chicken broth the day of cooking so that it won't burn in the Instant Pot. If you decide to go that way, you can also make these in the crock pot. So let's see what Pamela had to say. My husband and I are empty nesters, and I have struggled with how to have healthy, easy dinners for a long, long time. It took me a bit of time to get organized, but I finally took the plunge and prepped all 12 meals from one of your classes. We have had 4 meals so far. Your cooking instructions have been spot on, and the recipes have been delicious. My husband loves this new system, and I love the ease of searching your site, creating and adjusting the shopping list, and easily printing the recipes and labels. Thank you for all of your efforts in making healthy meal planning so much easier. Yay, Pamela, great job. Glenna said, you have made me a cook and my husband is in heaven. We love all the meals I have made. I have started splitting meals into 2 freezer bags so we can cook something fresh every day. I have cooked meals for my kids who are in the middle of a move. They are amazed to get dinner from mom, LOL. I am so loving this and thank you so much for what you have done. Okay, great. So we can see with those 2 ladies have shared with us how these meals can work for you if you are cooking for less people. So that's amazing. Let's make our chicken cacciatore. Oh, this is such a good one. I love this recipe. Yum. I can't wait to have 3 more of these in my freezer. Like I said, these are good for up to 3 months, probably even longer if you have a deep freeze. But these do not last very long in my house. We make them all the time. Such an easy way to save time on those busy weeknights. So we're gonna make our chicken cacciatore and we're gonna use some marinara sauce. I am using, let's find out, Kirkland organic marinara sauce. Yum, I love this. I use this all the time, it's so good. And I'm gonna dump the entire jar in each freezer bag. It came as a 3-pack at Costco, so it works out perfectly. You might be wondering if these meals are going to work for a special diet. So a lot of them are naturally gluten-free, dairy-free. One of my best friends, when she was pregnant, she was gluten-free, dairy-free, and I was able to very easily make some freezer meals for her. We also have a lot of vegetarian and vegan recipes. I'm showing you today how to adapt many of these for those diets. Even this chicken cacciatore can be made with chickpeas instead of chicken, and those details are in your freebie. And we have so many other diets that our recipes will work for, including keto, paleo, there are Whole30 adjusted recipes, diabetic friendly, lower sodium. I'll show you on my membership site how you can actually search based on those diets to find the recipes that'll perfectly work for you. Next, we are going to add some beautiful bell peppers. This is from those rainbow packs of bell peppers from Costco. This is 3 bell peppers. So we're eyeballing about 1 pepper per bag. And then I'm going to add our secret ingredient, which is black olives. You are not going to want to miss these. They are so good. So if we have any olive lovers, that would be me. That is not my kids, not my husband. So I'm probably gonna eat all of them, but they add so much flavor and make this meal a little bit heartier. I really think of them as a secret ingredient. There's another chicken cacciatore recipe on my website that I absolutely love, but it calls for pancetta. Now I'll tell you this, Costco doesn't sell pancetta. And also a lot of local grocery stores don't either. So I wanted to make sure that everything I picked today could be found at Costco. And just to make sure that you can get those ingredients, but I will tell you pretty much all my recipes, the ingredients are super simple. They're not specialty ingredients. I want them to be simple, 10 ingredients or less. Make these from anywhere. I've done Walmart, Aldi, Costco, Sam's Club. I don't discriminate. Our local grocery store chains, these are gonna work for you. Now, there's about half a can of olives left in here. I'm going to save these. I'll probably just throw them on a simple salad with dinner. So I will save this half a can for later. Let's look at our seasonings. We're going to add oregano, garlic powder, onion powder, and kosher salt to add flavor. Yum! I should point out too, all of the recipes on our membership site include full nutritional information and Weight Watchers points. I taught a class for Weight Watchers, so that's another option that these meals will work for you and you can get that additional info about them. Let's add some olive oil, just 2 tablespoons per bag. Look at this cool little spout. Can you see this? I've never even seen this before. It's on this bottle of olive oil from Costco. I feel like this is so fancy. Like, how can I use this in front of my kids tonight? I'd be like, well, hello kids, let's pour some olive oil on something. Would they be impressed? I don't know. I don't know if teenagers would be impressed by something like that. And I have a whole range of ages. I have a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old, 11-year-old, 14, and almost 16. So if you have any tips for teaching kids to drive, let me know. Let's see, do we need anything else? We're gonna add our chicken at the end. Ooh, let's add some balsamic vinegar. Yum, this is so flavorful. We only need 2 teaspoons. So do I have a teaspoon? Maybe I will use this and we will just add a little bit. We're just gonna eyeball this. You really can't mess these recipes up. They're foolproof, and adding a little bit more, a little bit less will not hurt one bit. All right, Anne-Marie messaged me, thank you. Although not vegan, we have been eating plant forward at home and have meals with meat as a treat when we eat out. We recently froze 17 vegan meals from your Freezer Meal Pro site, and so far we've had the white bean salsa verde soup, spinach artichoke white bean stew using vegan cheese, Southwest rice and bean soup, and easy tomato soup. All delicious. I'm excited to have more options. Thank you, Anne-Marie. So, okay, that's a great example how these do work even if you're following a vegan diet. We worked so hard we have 2 part-time chefs who work for us to really make sure to build up those vegan recipes on site. We want these to work for everybody. So I think we have everything for this meal. You might have seen me, I actually just used, I'm wearing a freezer cooking apron right here. Can you see it? Sorry, I'm only 5'5". I need an extra boost. But I just wiped my tablespoon on there. And my mom actually made this for me. So I have made so many freezer meals with my mom over the years. Every time I was pregnant, we would make 20 meals, 30 meals and stock my freezer. And my mom just saw me wasting so many paper towels, probably a roll of paper towels every time. And she's really good at sewing. And she thought, well, what if I just attached a towel to an apron, a cafe apron, and you could use it to wipe your hands, to wipe your tablespoon when you're cooking. And it was just so genius, and people started asking me where I got them, so she opened her own Etsy shop. She has sold over 1,000 of them. You can buy your own, you can buy them for gifts. The link will be in your freebie. They really are just so handy to have when you're making these meals. Our recipe number 8 is our quinoa burrito bowls. We are using more of that amazing quinoa. How much? 1 cup. All right, let's do it. 1 cup of quinoa. Now, since I'm making 36 plus meals today, you might be worried about freezer space. Is that an issue for anybody? You're not sure where you're gonna put it? Very commonly, people will tell me their freezer is full and they need help cleaning it out. I can show you, I do have a challenge on my website where I walk you through cleaning out your freezer, and we meal plan based on what's in there so that you can get things out. I give you permission to throw away everything you are never going to eat, get rid of everything expired to make room for these healthy freezer meals and this new life, because you need to do it. But even if you have an extra refrigerator freezer in your garage or in your basement, that would work great for these meals. And if you don't, that's okay too. If you just have your regular refrigerator freezer in your kitchen, you can still make these meals. Now, you might not want to make 36. That might be too many. Or you have a friend over, you split the meals. Or what I would recommend is we're going to make 3 of each bag, right? We're using all the bulk ingredients from Costco. What I would do is have a friend or sister or a daughter-in-law over. You make all 36. You each take one of every recipe, and then how about we give the third one away? So if there is somebody you know who's having surgery, who's having a baby, who really could use a meal, maybe just having a hard time, give them the extra meal. And then you only have 12. And you can put some of those in your refrigerator and make them right away and impress everybody who you live with that you have dinner ready every night. All right, we added black beans. Now we're gonna add some kidney beans. I wanna make sure we're using up all those canned goods from Costco, taking advantage of our bulk purchases. Because you know, someone else might teach a class like this and buy stuff at Costco, but then they have everything left over. That's not really saving money at Costco. You need to use those 8 packs of the beans, the 8 packs of the canned tomatoes, the whole thing of the spinach. That's what we're doing here today. We are getting our money's worth. We need to add more corn. So how much corn? Good question. We are going to add 1 cup of corn to each freezer bag. Then we're gonna add more of those bell peppers. I told you about 18 total bell peppers. They are so delicious. Yum, so sweet and tasty. So this quinoa burrito bowl, you are not gonna miss the meat here. The peppers, each freezer bag calls for 2 peppers, and I am just gonna eyeball this. I'm just gonna like take turns putting a handful in each bag until they're gone, basically. Oh, so good. And I have to add all of our seasonings. This is so flavorful, so yummy. Tanya said perfect textures and flavors. Michelle said great recipe, served with vegan cheese, avocado, hot sauce, a little salsa, and cilantro. Yum, great idea. And Margaret, I joined Freezer Meal Pro this year. We love every recipe. I have saved a ton of money. It was the best decision we made for sure. Thank you for your time and effort on the recipes, website, and videos. Okay, amazing, Margaret. Thank you for taking the time to send me that message. I really, really appreciate it so very much. Alrighty, do we have everything for this recipe? We have our seasonings. The day of cooking, we'll add some water so that it can be cooked in the Instant Pot or the crock pot. We got it all. We're ready for what's next. Let's do it. I'm just moving right through these recipes, and that is the secret of this simple freezer meal system where everything is frozen raw. It really just saves you so much time. We're gonna do balsamic chicken. This is a great recipe. You can serve it over spaghetti. Oh, my kids love this one. And we're gonna use more of those canned diced tomatoes. I actually just realized I forgot to add the seasonings to my last freezer meal. Did anyone else catch that? Normally somebody catches me. I always make a mistake or do something. So we have our seasonings, so I will add those now. Luckily I caught it before I put them. Okay. Oh, it's over here. Perfect. We're gonna go ahead and put those in and get back to our balsamic chicken. And of course, we need some balsamic vinegar. We're gonna add that to each freezer bag and olive oil. So let's go ahead. Actually looks like my bottle of balsamic vinegar might run out, but if it does, yes it is. It's ending on our bag number 2. Okay, I'm actually happy this happened. I love when things like this happen during a class because it gives me an opportunity to do a teaching moment and teach you what I would do if I ran out of an ingredient. So this, I thought I had enough for the class, I ran out. Here's what I would do. Very simply, on this label of this one that doesn't have it, you just add with a pen, like plus 1/4 cup balsamic vinegar, or like add day of cooking 1/4 cup balsamic vinegar. You can just add it then. It's no problem at all. You can still freeze it like this. So that's what I will do whenever I am done with today's class. Do I have a pen in here? No, I don't want to use that. I'll do it later. But that's all you have to do if you ever run out of ingredient, or even if you just forget an ingredient altogether for all 3 bags, just write it on the bag. Our seasonings include onion powder, basil, oregano, garlic powder, thyme, salt, crushed red pepper flakes. Oh yeah. These go right in here. Has anyone been wondering about my freezer bags and my stands? So these are actually reusable freezer bags. And right here is the family freezer. These are our own brand of reusable freezer bags. You absolutely can just use the zip top regular bags that you buy at Costco or at your local grocery store. Although I would love to see these at Costco. Costco, call me, email me. But anyway, for years and years and years, I was just using the regular freezer bags from my grocery store, and people kept asking me, is there a reusable option? I know people are trying to cut back on plastics and on disposable extra waste. So I heard you loud and clear. My husband, the amazing Andy, who opens cans, also found a company who could make these for us, who really specializes in this kind of material. It's called PEVA material. And we sell these on our website. The link is in your freebie if you are interested. They come in packs of 6. They don't leak, they don't tear, they don't make a mess in your freezer. We've all been there. These are a really great option if you want to give them a try and you just wash and reuse them. And I just want to point out that whenever you, I'm doing 2 things at once. Let's add, all right, we already have our diced tomatoes, balsamic vinegar, olive oil, seasonings. Okay, this one's already done. So whenever you're making these, you're only cooking 1 meal at a time. So you only wash 1 freezer bag at a time. It's so easy. You take this meal, you dump it in your crock pot, you turn the bag inside out, little hot soapy water, let it dry inside out, done. And save it for next time. It's so easy. And the stands, we sell these too. They hold the bags up. These can be adjusted for quart-size freezer bags. We do have quart-size freezer bags, which are great for meals for empty nesters. We have the full gallon bags, we have the quart bags, and we sell limited edition colored bags, which are really great for organizing your freezer. So organizing the meals. So those are your options. I think we have it all. Anyone else love simple meals? This one is great. Let's see what Leah Marie had to say. I'm so glad I found you. I was cooking food and then freezing it. I hated the way it tasted like leftovers, which I really don't like, more than once, maybe twice. The fact your food is frozen raw and then cooked is a godsend. My first shopping trip was right out of my freezer and pantry. I substituted what I had and was able to make 36 freezer meals. I did that before I had surgery and I still have 3 in the freezer. Can't wait to make more. Oh my gosh, round of applause for Leah Marie. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. You can shop out of your own freezer, out of your pantry, out of your refrigerator, and make so many meals with what you have on hand. I'll show you on my website. You can keyword search ingredients you have on hand to make freezer meals. Let's move on to our next recipe. It's for minestrone soup. And I picked this recipe for today's class because it's so versatile. You can use so many different ingredients, and I wanted you to be able to use up any of those bulk ingredients from Costco, and even maybe any other extra veggies you have on hand that you want to throw into this soup. So we need baby spinach. We just need a couple handfuls in each freezer bag. And then we're gonna do corn. I'm gonna use up the whatever is left of the corn kernels that I have. Okay, let's put this in here. We have our diced tomatoes. All right, I think this is the very end of our corn, which is amazing. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Might do a little extra in each bag. Let's just double check. There's no other recipe coming that calls for corn, is there? No. Perfect, yes. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm a magician. I'm using everything today. Just put our corn in there. Then we add some diced tomatoes. I'm gonna add 2 cans of diced tomatoes undrained to each freezer bag. And I wanna use the canned beans. Now this recipe calls for cannellini beans or kidney beans. But I think what I'm gonna do is do a combo of black beans and kidney beans because that's what I have left. And I want to make sure we use up everything from Costco today. Let me just double check. So we have these 2 kidney beans. Yes, and we have 1 black bean. So I am going to eyeball this so that we end up with about 1 can of beans in each bag, but I'm going to do a combo of black beans and kidney beans. That way we're using absolutely every can of beans bought at Costco is going in these meals today. It's perfect. And it's actually, I actually think this soup will be better with a variety of beans in it, don't you think? I think it's gonna be amazing. What else? Oh, some tomato paste. So I just have 1 can of tomato paste that I'm splitting between the 3 bags. This is one ingredient that I did not buy at Costco. I already had this in my pantry. And even if I didn't, I might have just bought it at my local grocery store because I don't know if I would want to buy a huge thing of this from Costco. But if it's an ingredient you use frequently, absolutely buy it at Costco and save it because you can probably get a really good deal there buying it in bulk. But we're splitting 1 can between the 3 bags. I want to make sure this top of this is clean. And then what else is next? Our seasonings, including Italian seasoning, a bay leaf, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. And we will add chicken broth and some noodles the day of cooking in the crock pot or the Instant Pot. And Veronica sent me a message that says, we have eaten about 20 family freezer meals so far. All of them have been amazing. I feel like my family is eating healthier meals and I have so much more time to enjoy my family around dinner time. Even though our schedule is constantly chaotic, we still fit in dinner together at the table every night. Some nights it's at 4:30, other nights it's at 7:30, but regardless, having these meals ready so we can all sit down and eat has been priceless. Amazing. Okay, Veronica, great job. We are all proud of you. Good job. Let's do recipe number 11. I told you these meals were going to come together in a flash. I love recipe number 11. It is our cheesy beef tacos and peppers. What a crowd pleaser. I could barely decide. I went on my membership site because I wanted to read you some reviews of this recipe, and I could barely pick which ones to share because it was overwhelming. There were so many people who had made this recipe before and loved it. So I probably should stress, these are all tried and true recipes. These are either recipes that have been on my membership site and have been tried many times by our members, or if they're new, I did write a couple new recipes for you to use those bulk ingredients from Costco. In that case, I had my family of 7 taste test them for you several times to make sure that they were absolutely perfect. Because I want these to be amazing the very first time you eat them. They're going to be delicious. I always want them to taste so good that you will make them again and that you would make them for guests. I want them to be that delicious. We just added our fresh peppers, and now we are going to add the last of our salsa. I'm just going to kind of eyeball this into our freezer bags. Before I add our seasonings, including salt, onion powder, chili powder, oregano, garlic powder, paprika, crushed red pepper flakes. Okay, this is going to be good. Let's see. And we'll add our ground beef at the end. We're actually getting close to that. And do we need these? No, these are for our next recipe. Okay, add our seasonings. You can measure those as you're making the meals. I only did it ahead of time because I knew I was gonna be talking so fast, I was gonna be sharing tons of tips with you, and I didn't want to take that extra time to measure each ingredient. Let's see what our reviewers had to say. This is delicious, served over white rice, 10 out of 10 would recommend. That was from Tamika, thank you. Jody, we really like this one. Fast, easy, even if making it from scratch. Simple comfort food. Yum. Who doesn't love comfort food? Dorothy said, yum. From Pat, hubby, love this one. Served with cheese ravioli one day and leftover tortellini the next day. We'll definitely make it again. And Chelsea said, very tasty and easy. I veganized it with Impossible meat and vegan cheese. Turned out great. Ate it with tortilla chips. It would be awesome over a baked potato. So many options for you. Even besides the suggestions that I give you, you can read the reviews and comments if you are a member, lifetime member of Freezer Meal Pro, and see how other people are making it. I just serve this over rice, but this would be great on nachos too. So good. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our sheep hand cilantro. Uh-oh, where are these beans? Hold on, we have a mystery. We have mystery beans, and I have a feeling they're for our minestrone soup. Are they? How many cans of beans did I add to the minestrone soup? Let's look. I thought I added 2 to each. Did I add 2? Okay. I'll figure this out later. Let's come back to the mystery beans. And let's move on to our cilantro lime chicken. All right. Here's where we are adding the rest of our peppers. These are sliced, beautiful, healthy peppers, and 1 pepper per bag. I'm just doing a combo of red, yellow, and orange that I bought at Costco, saving money, eating healthy. We're gonna use some of our lime juice and our seasonings. All right, our seasonings include dried cilantro, garlic powder, cumin, and salt. Yum. Stacy had left a review of this recipe. Great flavors, and the chicken turned out moist and delicious. I served it with cheese, salsa, guac, and tortillas on the side. My family loved it. Will definitely be on regular rotation for us. Thank you for another great and easy recipe. Okay, amazing. I love this. It's a sheet pan meal, and it's a 1-pot meal. So it has the chicken, it has your peppers, your vegetable, and then what I am adding, how we're gonna freeze this raw, is we are adding these microwavable packs of rice. These are actually quinoa and brown rice. You can do any kind that your family likes. So there's another option at Costco that is a cilantro lime that comes in a 6-pack. This is a 6-pack that had 6 of these pouches per box at Costco. But I decided this time to do the quinoa and brown rice. We like these a lot. They're really healthy. They taste great. They make it that 1-pan meal. You can also do white rice. I buy the Uncle Ben's one at my local grocery store sometimes to make these sheet pan meals. They are very good. Totally up to you. The best freezer meal is one that you like, that your family likes, that you're gonna eat, that you're gonna make again, that if you have leftovers, you can eat for lunch the next day. Isn't that the best? Leftovers for lunch is my favorite lunch. So healthy, so good for you. Let's add some lime juice. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons. Okay, great. And we're already on recipe number 12. I do have a bonus recipe for you, but I hope at this point you're motivated, you're excited. You can see how these meals are gonna change your life. You can see how simple they are to prep in advance, how you're gonna save all this money by shopping at Costco. You're honestly like thinking, I'm gonna text my sister, my daughter, my daughter-in-law, my best friend, and I'm gonna tell them everything I learned today. But before you do that, I want to show you how my membership site works. So stick around. Let's just do these very simple. This is a bonus recipe for coconut date energy bites because I could not let that get away. I saw these dates at Costco, a 24-ounce, and had to make these because would you like a bonus recipe for healthy sweets? Of course, right? Who doesn't want something healthy and sweet they can just grab and go? So they're so simple to make in your food processor. I already got it started. I put some unsalted cashews in there and blended it up. And then you add the seasonings, you add unsweetened coconut, and you're gonna add the dates. And because I love you, I already went through this container. What I recommend doing is taking each date and squeezing it and making sure there are no pits inside. I already did that. I just wanted to save the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and add them. I know it is safe. I'll tell you, I prepped these quite a few times before today's class because I wanted to make sure the measurements were perfect using the 24-ounce container at Costco. I've made these in the past, but with different size containers. So I really wanted to make sure it was like just right. And every single time I did not find a pit. So maybe Costco is the place to buy dates. I'm gonna attempt, to plug this in. Maybe my husband can help me with this. Andy, do you think you can plug this in for me? Uh-oh, we still have green beans left. All right, put that here. Focus on our dates. Will that fit over there?
There you go, you're in.
Okay, so all we do the cashews. I'm just gonna pulse this for a minute to show you, but it's gonna be loud, so bear with me. Okay, so this takes a minute or two, and what you want to do is get it to a consistency that you can use this cute little scoop or a spoon or your hands, and you're gonna wanna be able to get a ball and form it in your hands and put it on a pan to let it cool in your freezer to really harden. This is a meat freezer meal like everything else. And that's the consistency you're going for. If you are making these and they don't get like soft enough, it's because your measurements are off. You need to have that perfect consistency of nuts to the dates to the other ingredients, which included the unsweetened coconut and the salt, cinnamon, ginger. So if it ever doesn't work out, maybe add more dates or you're gonna have to change it. But I promise I tested this multiple times for you. And what I did is I actually made a bunch of these ahead of time because I wanted to show you how they work. Because like I said, you're gonna form these, you're gonna put them on a sheet pan and you're gonna put it in your freezer and you let them freeze until they're firm. It takes about 2 hours. And then you can take them out. Okay, this is magic in front of your eyes. These are the ones I made ahead of time. You can see them, they're so good. And that's when you put them in your freezer bag, your labeled bag, and freeze them for later. And then you can eat them out of the freezer or you can move it to your refrigerator. You can pack these in your lunch as a sweet treat. You can grab one. I think someone said they were good with a cup of coffee. Let's see, Leslie. These taste wonderful. I like to have one with a cup of coffee. They are great to take as a snack when out and about, and well, they're good anytime. So it is really nice to have these on hand. There's no added sugar. They're all natural. You know, these are a great treat to have on hand. That's why I wanted to give you that bonus recipe, 36 plus freezer recipes, freezer meals. Let's see what else. These are on my website. So Karen said these are really delicious. I'm going to make them again. Lori said I'm gluten-free, dairy-free, and have AGS. This is such a delicious no-bake treat. I love the ginger and the kosher salt is a nice enhancer. I encourage you to try this 10 out of 10. Bethany said very tasty and filling. Aurora, my family loves these. My daughter says they taste like coconut salted caramel. Yum. This is a 5-star recipe on my website, so it really is a hit. I'm so glad you're gonna get it in your freebie. You're gonna love it. It's so yummy. All right, so what I wanna do, like I said, I really wanna show you my membership site because it is one of a kind. So why don't we quickly add meat? My husband, Andy, can help us finish it. And I'm gonna maybe have him investigate the extra green beans or the black beans because I wanna be just respectful of your time. I think you really got the idea of how these meals come together. So I'll just show you the meat for a couple of the meals so that I still have time. Yeah, that's perfect. So that I still have time to show you my membership site and how it works. And then I'll do a cooking demo because you're gonna wanna know how to make these the day of cooking. They're very simple, they're not hard, anyone can do it, and I'll show you exactly how. Just right now, I'll show you how to do ground beef and I'll do one chicken recipe. The great thing about saving this until the end is your cutting board only gets messy once, your hands only get messy once, and you don't have to worry about cross-contamination. And you might not be used to making these meals with raw meat and cooking it later, especially ground beef. People will often say, I've never put ground beef in my crock pot or maybe even my Instant Pot before. I can assure you it is perfectly safe. And you need to remember, all of these meals are cooked before eating them. It's like every other meal you cook for dinner, you always cook it before eating it. So can you put meat and veggies in a saucepan and cook them together? Yeah, sure. Can you put them in the oven? Yes. All we're doing is putting them in a freezer bag together and then 100% cooking them before we eat them. So it is safe. That's endorsed by the USDA, Food Safety and Service Inspection. And I'll show you the chicken. I bought these 3 packs from Costco. These are chicken breasts. Like I said, I bought the organic. They were $5.99 a pound. So most of my money was spent on meat. That was just what I decided I wanted to use in these meals. They have no added hormones or steroids. You absolutely do not need to use organic meat in these recipes. You should use whatever is right for you. So I'm gonna put these right into my balsamic chicken because the bag's right next to me. And how I wrote the recipes was to add about 1.5 pounds of meat to each bag. That would give us approximately 6 servings because the chicken will be shredded or sliced after cooking. So even though there might be 2 large breasts that are added, after cooking you slice it or shred it as specified by the recipe so that it feeds more people. And if you're feeding a crowd, you absolutely could increase the amount of meat. That would be no problem at all as long as it fits in your freezer bag. You probably could keep all the other ingredients the same and just do more meat. Or if you wanted, you could do extra freezer bags. We made so many of them today. If you were cooking for a crowd, you could just make 2 at a time. That's a wonderful idea. And most of these will even fit like 2 bags in a crock pot or an Instant Pot. And I would just do the longer range of the cooking time. So if the chicken, it says 4 to 6 hours, and you made 2 bags, I would do 6 hours. Likewise, if you were making these for empty nesters and you were only doing 2 to 3 servings at a time, I would do the lower end of the cooking time. So if it said 4 to 6, I would just do the 4 hours. And I can say a little bit more when I do our cooking demo. I'm not doing the best job of trimming the fat off these breasts, but just trying to work quickly here. You could also wait till the day of cooking and trim them then, or even, like I said, slice and shred. So Andy did just show me a note that our green beans are for our minestrone soup. We have our mystery is solved. Luckily, this hand is not covered in chicken, so I can use it to add our remaining pound of green beans to our minestrone soup bags. Then I'm gonna wash my hands. I'd love to show you how to seal the bags. So maybe I'll do that too. Maybe I'll just wash my hands and then quickly show you how to take the air out of these bags, because you do not need a vacuum sealer. I've tried the vacuum sealers in the past and they are really cool. They work great. They're not ideal for a lot of my recipes because of the sauces. So the vacuum sealer doesn't work great with sauce. It works better for other recipes. All right, I'm just gonna wash my hands quickly and show you how you can just manually take the air out very easily. All right. All right. Okay. Let's do one of the ones I already put the meat into. I can even use my apron just to clean up the seal a tiny bit. So whenever you're trying to get the air out, you just want to seal it till there's maybe 2 inches left, and then actually squeeze the air out. You can even roll the bag and just finish sealing. And then I like to store these flat in my freezer so I can fit a bunch of them. Let's do another one, maybe a vegetarian. Is this the sheet pan? No, that needs chicken. Let's do our balsamic chicken. Again, you're just gonna seal within a couple of inches, roll it to get the air out, finish sealing the rest of the way. There we go. Guys, this is better than a vacuum seal. You just go ahead and flatten it. This takes up so little space in your freezer. All right, Andy is gonna be amazing, superstar. He is gonna finish these for us. I'm gonna grab my other laptop. I'm going to grab my other mic and just quickly show you how my membership site works. Okay, this is Freezer Meal Pro, and you can log in and see all of my easy and healthy recipes that can be frozen raw. I want to show you how to go from recipes to shopping list to freezer prep in under 10 minutes. It's so simple. I usually start by looking through the recipes, and you're going to see a lot of recipes here from today's class because we just added them to the website so that you could access them there as well. I always add them after my classes. So I just want to look through the photos and see what jumps out at me. This chicken ramen stir fry is great. My kids love that one. So these vegan almond butter Rice Krispie squares. So fun. But let's do the chicken ramen stir fry. We haven't done any recipes with ground chicken today, so I think that might be a fun one. So all you do is you click on the photo and it will go into the recipe, and I'll show you. They all look very similar. This one has 4.85 stars, so many stars from votes. That is a good sign. And very easy ingredients. I love this recipe because it has fresh coleslaw mix and a red bell pepper. So we have those extra veggies right in the recipe. It also uses instant ramen noodles. So you just buy the ones at the store. You discard those flavor packets that are full of sodium. And it's such a shortcut. This is delicious. I love this recipe. And you'll see instructions for how to freeze and cook it later. And then this one can be cooked in the Instant Pot or the stovetop. We have full nutritional information. And let's scroll down and see if there are comments. Okay, yes, we do. Oh my gosh, 31 comments on this recipe, which is great. I love reading those when I'm deciding what to make. Paula said this was delicious. The leftovers are easy to transport to work because it wasn't soupy. We'll make it again. Rachel, delicious meal, doubled for a family of 5. We'll definitely be making again. Use coconut aminos and rice noodles to make gluten-free. Some people were asking about that. They want to make it gluten-free too. Terry and my husband, I enjoyed this one. I used ground turkey because that was what I had on hand, made it fresh, not a freezer meal. Let's see if there's anything else. Cheryl, tried this for dinner tonight. Quick and easy, very tasty. Amy cooked this fresh and loved it. My son went back for thirds. All right, this is a home run. And I can tell you, I have made this myself too. It is a really, really great recipe. So let's go ahead and add this to our recipe collection, meals to make. And I want to show you how you can find just your perfect freezer meals. And I'm going to go to the advanced search and filter. So we did a really good job during class using up all of the ingredients, but I have some baby spinach in my refrigerator right now. So I'm going to search for that because I don't know about you, but I hate when baby spinach goes bad and it gets all slimy and then I throw it away and I'm wasting money and I'm wasting food. So anytime you have anything left over, you can search for the keyword and look for recipes that you could just quickly freeze. These are all frozen raw. This creamy spaghetti with baby spinach is jumping out at me. Let's just go right into that one. I love it. I like that it's a vegetarian meal. I gave you some vegetarian and vegan options today. It's always nice to have extra vegetarian recipes on hand. 5 stars, amazing, simple ingredients. Let's definitely make this stovetop, Instant Pot, so different cooking options, add to our meals to make, and let's do some more searching. Let's go ahead and look at our different advanced search and filter options. And the first option we're going to have is diet. These recipes work for so many different diets, and you can sort by dairy-free, diabetic, gluten-free, ketogenic, lower sodium, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, whole food, which is similar to Whole30. I'm going to do gluten-free and then filter the recipes that way to see which recipes probably wouldn't need to be altered at all to make them gluten-free, and pick one of those. Oh, this ground turkey, sweet potato taco skillet looks great. We didn't do any ground turkey recipes. So let's go ahead and check that out. They're just such a variety. I mean, you definitely don't feel like you're eating the same thing every night with freezer meals, that's for sure. So this includes ground turkey, black beans, sweet potatoes, yum, seasonings, lots of flavor, can be cooked in the Instant Pot or the stovetop. Yes, I definitely want to make this. I'm going to add this to my meals to make. And then do some more search options because you guys are not going to believe this. You already saw me do the diet search and I did gluten-free. And then the next option in the search is to actually do by cookbook. That would be my cookbook ebooks. If you already have one of my cookbook ebooks, let's say, and you're really looking for a specific recipe and you wanted to sort that way, you could. I'm not going to show you that because what I want to show you is cooking method. And that option is air fryer, campfire, crockpot, grill, Instant Pot, microwave, no cook, oven, stovetop. So many options. You can cook every way this way. It's not just crockpot cooking, which I love, but like I said, these meals all taste differently. You can eat them every night of the week. I'm going to pick crockpot, but where I'm going to blow your mind is in diet. I'm going to go back to that gluten-free and I'm going to combine gluten-free and crock pot now and filter recipes and really drill down on the type of recipes that I want to make, that I want to have in my freezer, and look at those options. We have so many to pick from here. Healthy turkey chili. Yes, please. I would love this. Let's go into the actual recipe so we can see if we want to make it. Oh, 5 stars from 1 vote. I'll take it. Okay. Oh, I should point out the Weight Watchers points. We have Weight Watchers points for every single recipe. This one has 0. And then this looks pretty simple. Like most of the recipes on site, we're looking around 10 ingredients or less. And this one can be cooked on the stovetop, the Instant Pot, or the crock pot. So many options. Love it. Let's add this to our meals to make for sure. And then I'll show you more of those advanced search and filter options. We have so many ways just to narrow down these recipes, and there's so many recipes to pick from that can all be frozen raw. Now we already did diet, told you about cookbook, cooking method, protein. Protein, we have beef, chicken, lamb, pork, seafood, turkey, and vegetarian. I am going to do pork and filter the recipes that way. I actually saw a great deal on pork tenderloins, so I'm hoping that maybe one of the first recipes that pop up will be a pork tenderloin recipe. And again, gives us more variety since we didn't do any pork recipes during class. Just a way to feel like you're always eating something different. It's not the same old thing. They don't all taste the same. All right, here's some balsamic honey pork tenderloin and carrots. I have made this one before. My kids really liked it. The great thing about a pork tenderloin recipe is you can substitute a turkey tenderloin. I don't know if you've ever done that before, but I know some people don't like pork. Turkey tenderloins are so good. And my kids love them. When I make turkey tenderloins, they think we're eating Thanksgiving dinner, like on a weeknight. I am winning big time. Okay, let's definitely make this meals to make for sure. I'd love to get a deal on those turkey tenderloins. And there are just a couple more advanced search options that I want to point out because just makes this so different. It's so different than trying to Google recipes, the way you can drill down and you're always searching for recipes that can be frozen raw, that are healthy, that are simple, that your family is going to love. Our other options are cuisine. And our options include American, Asian, Caribbean, Indian, Italian, Japanese, Mediterranean, Mexican, Middle Eastern, North African, so many flavors, spices, seasonings, yum. You could also sort by online class, kind of like today's class, and Weight Watchers points. If you're following Weight Watchers, you could sort that way. But I think I'm going to do cuisine. I'm going to do Italian. I feel like that's very family friendly, great for picky eaters. So let's see what comes up when we do that filter. And I want to pick something different. I think these chicken meatball parmesan. This is one, my kids really like it. I like the idea of doing meatballs. We didn't do anything like that during today's class. And we can use ground chicken again, maybe buy a bigger pack of ground chicken. Has great stars. Pretty simple. I love the idea of freezing this for the oven. It can also be cooked in the Instant Pot or crock pot, but what a fun Sunday night dinner to have these meatballs ready to go, pop them in the oven, feel like a champion, add this to our meals to make. And then let's go to our recipe collection because I want to show you what I've been building. I was adding these to a collection. It was called Meals to Make because I'm going to make them next. They'll be my next group of freezer meals. And they're all added here. And this is really great because with that pork tenderloin, let's say I want to buy 3. Let's go ahead and we're going to duplicate it. We're going to duplicate it again. So now we have 3 pork tenderloins because remember, these are good in the freezer for 3 months. So we might as well do 3, save money on that meat. Also here in this recipe collection, you can change the number of servings. So these mostly have 4 to 6 servings. Let's say the chicken meatball parmesan, if you wanted to decrease that to 2 servings, you could. You could decrease any of these to 2 or 3 servings. I think I'm going to leave them right at 4 to 6 only because I have 7 people in my family. 5 of them are kids, but I definitely want to make them as is. But this is great for empty nesters. You have that option here. And then what you can do is generate a shopping list. And this is going to blow your mind because does anybody else here hate writing shopping lists. I wish you could see me right now because I am raising both of my hands. I do not like writing shopping lists. I think it's such a pain. And right now, in the blink of an eye, it just generated it for us and it's organized by aisle at the grocery store. We have our cans, dairy, dried meat, everything right here that we need. I'm going to scroll down to that baby spinach that's already in my refrigerator and cross it off. I'm going to go to our seasonings. I'm going to cross those off. Obviously, make sure you have them, but this is an example. And then we can go up to print and print our shopping list. I'm not actually going to do that, but I want to point out that it is ready to go. You could take this to the grocery store with you. The items that I crossed off are already off the list. And then we also can go and print our recipes. So right here we go to print recipes. And you're going to find all the recipes I chose. They are all very simple, black and white, no color ink. They even force a page break and have a label, just a very simple label here. If you don't want to use the stickers, you just cut this, you tape it to your bag with clear shipping tape, or even you just keep this in a drawer so that you remember how to cook it when it comes time to eat it. You think you're going to remember, but I promise you are not. I don't even remember the recipes and the ones that I've written, the ones that I've made many times. So right here, here's what you have. You print it, you will be ready to go. So right now, in the last 10 minutes, you saw me effortlessly plan 9 easy and healthy freezer meals that I can make from my freezer. And I want to show you one more feature that you're not going to believe, and that is our meal plans. This is really great. And if you already are a member of Freezer Meal Pro and you haven't looked at the meal plans, here's your reminder to check them out, because in here, we already have pre-made meal plans for you. And why I want to point this out is because today's Costco Mega Meal Prep is included. So you could go in here, click Add Meal Plan, and this is going to create one of those recipe collections for you, like I did with Meals to Make, but it's adding all the recipes from today's class. And here, you can decide how many you want to make. If you only want to make 1 chicken tortilla soup instead of 3, here you go, there's 1. Or if you want to make 2, you can duplicate it. If you don't want to do 6 servings, you want to make it down to 3, you can do that. You can decide, you're like black bean and quinoa lettuce wraps, no thank you. Remove that item. You can customize this and change it however you want to make it perfect for you and your family, and then go through the exact same process of creating your own shopping list, not just the freebie that I sent you that was the shopping list I used. You're creating your own custom shopping list from the recipes in today's class. You're printing it. You can print your shopping list. You can reprint the labels. Okay, you get the picture. You're smart. Let's move on. And now, if you haven't joined yet, all you need to do is go to thefamilyfreezer.com/pro. Thefamilyfreezer.com/pro. This is not my normal website, but thefamilyfreezer.com/pro. I will email that to you, because you can join for a one-time fee. One-time fee, no strings attached. You can use the site over and over and over again to plan freezer meals. Now, I just want to make sure that I'm being clear about that it is a one-time fee. It's not monthly. It's not yearly. I know people here, like, your mind is blown. You can't believe it, because trust me, people email me and ask me every day. And it's like, yeah, it really is one time. We want as many people to be able to use this as possible. There's no strings attached. And you can just scroll down and learn more about it. And if it's right for you, you can see where we've been featured. You can read more about me and how I got into freezer meals and how they work so well for my family. We have testimonials from our members. We have over 200,000 members already. I know a lot of people are here in today's class. Thank you guys. Like, I love you. You are the best. You guys are so encouraging. And read about what they love about the website, how they're using it to work for their families. Let's scroll down. Read about, will a Freezer Meal Pro membership work for you? Obviously, I think you're going to be obsessed with it. It's life-changing. All right, I wanted to point out one more thing. Let's go down and see. Okay, limited time bonus. So right now, when you join, you are going to get all of my cookbook ebooks for free. These are printable PDF files. And when you join today, you're going to get over 20 instant downloads, and they have the recipes, the shopping list, the labels. They're all pre-made for you. There's one that focuses on oven freezer meals, one for skillet. We have a vegetarian, we have clean eating. I tried to create everything that you could ever imagine. And when I write a new one, it will be added here for you. Okay, we're sold. Let's go to join now. I want to show you how to actually check out. This is the getting started challenge that I was telling you about. I can maybe tell you more about that later. It's like the extra hand holding that you might need. So we added Freezer Meal Pro to our cart. It is $97. It is a one-time fee. Totally worth it. I find when I'm planning our meals ahead of time, I save over $300 a month just by planning ahead, not getting takeout, not wasting food, not going out to eat excessively. So the very first time you use this, you're already going to be saving money, and it's a lifetime membership. So you can use it over and over and over again. It's a great deal. I do want to thank you for attending today's class. So I'm going to give you a coupon. You're going to save even more with Mega Costco. So if you type in Mega Costco, you are going to save even more. You're going to save 20%, $19.40, bringing your one-time fee down to $77.60. This is good for 2 days only. That coupon code Mega Costco, 2 days only. So please take advantage now. Save the 20% while you can. Now is the time. I know people are going to be emailing me next week and saying, hey, Kelly, do you have any sales coming up? Do you have any coupons? Unfortunately, at that time, I'm going to have to say no. We very rarely have sales. We have sales, I think, only twice a year. And then I try to share the coupon codes during my live classes, which this time was only 5 times a year for 2 days only. So I think you can see how limited the number of sales are. So if you can do it during those 2 days, I really want you to get this deal. If not, if it's not in your budget, come back later, pay the $97. It is worth it. $97 is great. There are people here today who paid $97. They don't regret it. They still feel like a winner. But if you can save that money in the next 2 days, I would love for you to do that. All you need to do is put in your info. You're going to put in your email address. Definitely do this optional. Keep me up to date on promos and new recipes. That's my email newsletter. We have hundreds of thousands of people on there. You're going to love my free recipes that I send you. Set up your account, put in your username and password. Write this down because you're going to be able to access this site today. So write down your username and password somewhere so you don't forget it. You put in your card, your expiration, etc. And whenever you click place order, you are going to join and I will be emailing you a link to log in. So you could literally start using this today to plan which freezer meals you want to make. Okay, and that's not it. Today we are offering a fast action bonus. Fast action bonus. If you join Freezer Meal Pro today during this class, you are going to get, drum roll please, Family Freezer TV. You're gonna get Family Freezer TV for free. And how it works is when you log into the membership site, you're gonna see a tab, Family Freezer TV. You will click on it. You will see recordings of all of the classes that I have taught. Over 30 classes, different stores. I have 2 other Costco classes. I have Sam's Club, Walmart, Empty Nesters, Fresh and Organic, Weight Watchers, vegan, everything you can ever imagine recorded that you could watch. That means you plan a weekend. You get the best snacks. You get popcorn, you get snow caps. You are sitting on your couch and you are binging watching me like Netflix. You're not actually making freezer meals. You're just watching me make them. I'm kidding. But it's a really great bonus. If you join during today's class, you're going to get that added to your membership completely free. So that is a great bonus. I'm so excited for you. I think we already have some, Andy, he was telling me some people have already joined, which is so exciting. I'd love to welcome you. Personally, Sharon, welcome to Freezer Meal Pro. Pam, Cheryl, Susan, Debbie, welcome. I'm so glad you joined. Tammy, Joy, Melissa, Michelle, Diane, thank you. I'm sure more people have joined and are joining. I want to thank you. You're not going to regret it. You're going to love the site so much, just like all our members who are also here today. And it's so, so, so exciting. Okay, we are ready for our favorite time, and that is Q&A. So I can go back into our comments and answer all of your questions live. That's why you're here. I want to make sure everything is answered before we go. I do want to point out that the coupon code MEGA Costco is not only good for our membership, it's also good for our products. So the bags and stands, the reusable freezer bags, these will be 20% off for 2 days only. The stands that hold the bags, 20% 2 days only. The links are in your freebie that you'll get right after class. And if you want to save 20% on those, I highly recommend buying them. Our quart freezer bags are back in stock. Those were out of stock for over a month, but we just got a shipment in this week. And it's a good time to stock up because we very infrequently have sales. So you can use Mega Costco to save 20%. And I believe if you spend $70, you get free shipping. So start your Christmas shopping today. All right, 20% off. Let's get to your questions. I know a frequent question is if you can add frozen meat to the bags, and the answer is 100% yes, you can. If you use frozen meat, all you want to do is add it to the bags frozen, don't thaw it, or wait until the day of cooking and then just add it to your crock pot or your Instant Pot with the other ingredients. Either way, completely fine. The only thing you don't want to do is thaw it and then add it raw. You would want to cook it before refreezing. Let's go right into your comments to make sure I can answer your questions. Can you repeat the coupon code? You bet. It's MEGA Costco. All one word, no space. MEGA Costco. MEGACOSTO. C-O-S-C-O. C-O-S-T-C-O. Oh my gosh. MEGACOSTCO. That'll be in your freebie and in the email as well. And if we have any issues with the website right now, do not sweat it. I know we have that fast action bonus going on where everyone joins now. Sometimes that causes our website to go super slow. Sometimes it crashes. There are many issues that happen when everybody tries to join at once. So if that is happening to you, I want you to take a breath. I want you to remind yourself that Kelly is very nice. I'm very kind and generous, and I will make sure you get that free bonus if you're having an issue right now. Like, don't worry. You really need to buy. It's supposed to be just during class, but if it's a website issue, we will honor that for you. Don't worry. It's okay. Alrighty, let's see what questions you have. Okay. Yvonne said, can I buy this for my daughter-in-law? We do have gift memberships. So if you go to the website shop, there is a gift membership option. You can even schedule it to send later. So you could send it for someone's birthday or for Christmas or have a later delivery, but you can buy gift memberships, yes. All right, are there any foods that don't do well in the freezer? So remember, all these recipes are frozen raw, no cooking ahead of time. So an example would be fresh broccoli. It oxidizes in the freezer and does not taste well frozen raw. That's why we used our frozen broccoli florets. Other ingredients like that, sometimes people will have issues with potatoes, just regular white potatoes. We used sweet potatoes in our curry recipe today because that works better, but white potatoes can sometimes brown. It can be hit and miss. Sometimes if you freeze them really quickly in a recipe that has some liquid, they're okay. Other times it doesn't work out. One of my workarounds is to use canned new potatoes. If you use canned new potatoes in your pot roast or in your stew, that works perfectly, and then you don't have to worry about browning at all. So that would be one of my tips. Those are the first ones that come to mind. What else? Okay. Someone says they don't see the quart bags. They're there, familyfreezer.com/shop. You can look there. Then I must have done a really good job of answering your questions during class. All right, my husband Andy is saying the site is slow, so really hang in there. This is normal because we had over 20,000 people sign up for today's class. Some people are joining live, some are watching the recording later, and it's a really great deal to join today for the 20% with Mega Costco. So just keep trying. And if you have to try in 30 minutes or an hour, set a reminder on your phone. we'll make sure you still get the deal. It's good for 2 days only, that Mega Costco. What else? Our freezer bags vacuum pack. These ones are not vacuum packed. I do not recommend the vacuum sealer. There's too much liquid. Just use the old-fashioned muscles and just roll it exactly like I showed you. I don't know if I've ever had freezer burn ever on a recipe. Like, it is not going to be an issue. It's not as common as you think. The meals will be great when they're cooked. Don't stress. Don't let that hold you back. Alrighty, Gina, I already am a pro member. Does that mean I already have this sale? Gina, if you join Freezer Meal Pro, it is a lifetime membership. So don't you worry, you are in for life. You never have to pay again. If you want to use the 20% off coupon to buy the bags and the stands, to stock up, to get the freezer meal labels, we launched labels this year. Those would also be 20% off. You absolutely can do that. Buy some gifts for Christmas too. So that's your option. All right, can you talk more about recipes to cook in the oven? Yes, we have so many. I gave you a couple options during today's class. There was that sheet pan cilantro lime chicken that's so good. I'll be making that for dinner very soon. And I have a lot of very easy oven recipes. Sheet pan meals, I have casseroles. They're all no cook, but there are some casseroles. I just made a recipe yesterday for my family that was a cheesy pizza chicken. It's cube chicken. We have marinara sauce, roasted red peppers, seasoning. You bake it. It is the most delicious thing you've ever had in your life. You put a little cheese and pepperoni on top, and your kids think you're a superstar. So lots and lots of oven recipes. We have grill recipes, campfire. I showed you on Pro, just all those different cooking methods. I really want you to make these meals like every night if you want. There's no difference making freezer meals every night or just cooking from scratch every night. The difference is you're gonna save time, you're gonna save money, and you're probably gonna be eating healthier. It's just way more doable. Are the labels easy to take off the bags? Yes, absolutely. Super easy to peel them off. That goes for, I used Avery labels today because I was printing 36 plus. We also have these really simple handwritten labels on our site that are beautiful. They have foil accents and they are really nice for writing labels. You don't have to deal with computer issues and printing. You just handwrite on how to cook it. And those peel off. We tested, I can't tell you how many labels to find the right ones. So they all peel off very easily, no problem. I used gallon-sized freezer bags during today's class. We do sell the quart size, which are better for the empty nester meals. They're also great for freezing individual ingredients. If you get a deal on meat, you can freeze meat in those bags. If you open a bag of frozen peas, you can dump the rest in the quart size bag. So those are nice for ingredients and smaller sized meals. How to use an Instant Pot, I will show you in one moment. I'm gonna do a cooking demo, don't you worry.
Some people are concerned that they're not going to get the TV bonus. I'll roll that an extra day to make sure everybody gets the TV bonus.
Okay, Andy, my husband, said there are people having issues with the website. They're worried they won't get the bonus, the fast action bonus of Family Freezer TV. He said he's absolutely going to make sure, like even for the next day, if you make a purchase, you'll get the Family Freezer TV and you'll know because you'll log into the website. As soon as you join, you can log in and then you'll see the tab up top that says Family Freezer TV. You can click on it. That's it. You don't need a special coupon code. You don't need anything. It's just when you're checking out, it's automatically adding that bonus to your membership. So that Andy said he's going to honor that for you and make sure that if you join today or join in the next day, you are getting that bonus because you are here. We appreciate you so much. We absolutely don't want to hold that back because of any kind of computer issues. Anything else? Couple questions about VIP and Pro. So I talked today about our Freezer Meal Pro membership. It's lifetime, it's incredible, it's gonna change your life. Once you join that and you're obsessed with these meals and you're becoming a regular, you might wanna upgrade. We have an upper tier membership that was highly, highly requested by our members. They were like, we want more, we want monthly recipes, we want it all, just because they got so into it and they want the reminders, keep making them, so that's VIP, that's the next level. But you don't necessarily need it. It's amazing if you do, but the Freezer Meal Pro is what you need to get started. It's incredible. All right, I think we're good for now. So what I will do, you can email me if you have more questions and I will absolutely respond to you, or someone on our Family Freezer team like Jana, who is amazing, will respond to you as soon as possible. Let's do a cooking demo. I want to show you how you're actually going to make these meals. We have frozen 36 plus just like this, a little over an hour. And here's how you're going to cook them. We have our labels that explain exactly how to cook them, which is great if you have a spouse, a partner, a teen who's making these, or if you give them as a gift. So I'm going to demonstrate our balsamic chicken, which can be cooked in the crock pot or the Instant Pot. For the crock pot, it just says cook on low setting, 4 to 6 hours. Slice or stirred chicken, mix it with the sauce. All right, let's imagine this. It's the morning, you're really busy, and you're like, what am I gonna have for dinner tonight? Oh my gosh, my past self made this freezer meal, yes! I don't have to open any cans. I'm not spilling stuff all over myself. I am just putting it right in here, dumping it out of my freezer bag. I am putting it in my crock pot. This is a programmable one, so I can set my timer for 4 to 6 hours. It'll switch to warm, can sit on warm for hours after that. Dinner time comes, my house smells amazing, my family is cheering, I feel like a superstar because it was so simple. That is one way to cook this. Another way is in your Instant Pot. So in that case, maybe it's 5 p.m. and you think, I have no idea what I'm gonna make for dinner tonight. I don't wanna go to the grocery store, I don't wanna order pizza. Oh my gosh, I made those freezer meals, yes! So you get this out, you open up your Instant Pot. I don't use all these fancy features. I keep it simple, just like everything in the family freezer. So all you need to do is add the frozen meals to your Instant Pot with 1/2 cup of water. That's gonna prevent this specific recipe from burning. So you add the water and then, okay, this is dumped in, our water added. We put our lid back on and then you hit pressure cook 25. It reaches pressure, it cooks, it naturally releases the pressure. You open it up, slice or shred the chicken. Again, everyone is happy, you feel so good, you're eating healthy, and that it's just so simple and you're saving time and you're saving money. And to wash these bags, quick soapy water inside out, 60 seconds, so simple. Dinner is done. I just want to thank you and remind you, you have 2 days to use that mega Costco coupon, 2 days only to save 20%. This is a really great chance for you to join for a deal and to start making these meals part of your everyday life, to save that money on your groceries, to eat healthy without all the effort. I have a few final shout outs. Julie, I'm a pro member and have loved every recipe so far. Susan, I've been a member of your Freezer Meal Pro site for over 2 years now. Love the videos and recipes. I used the recipes when my daughter had her baby a month ago and I'm gearing up to make some for my daughter-in-law when she has my grandson. They are so simple, but so good. And Amy said these dinners are delicious. I've been a member for over a year and love it. Amazing. Thank you so much. I can't wait for you to respond to my emails and share a success story of your own. Please email me. I would love to hear from you. I get people reaching out every single day. It absolutely motivates me to just keep going, keep sharing. So thank you so much. Thank you for taking your time to be here today. And I think we are done. So I will see you next time.